two-part question. So I'm in South Carolina. So say for instance, I hear about something in New York or Florida. I mean, because I have Atlanta, Georgia, I have networks there. Is it still, as a residential agent, I still can make a referral to someone in those markets to help with? Okay.
Yeah, there's business brokers in Atlanta. There's business brokers in Florida. So, and you said New York?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly refer to, and what you can do, Master, is you can just go into EXP, go into Workplace and just say, hey, I need a business broker in New York. I have a referral for a business broker in New York, and somebody's going to respond to that.
Okay, good to know. So what I did was just prospecting, getting the word out. I just talked with a past client that I closed with, on a commercial deal 2 years ago. He's an attorney like yourself, so he's a younger guy, so he has a network that I don't have. So I just let him, just really informing him on other services that I can assist with, not directly, but just letting him know this is available in the event that you may, in the event anything comes up, he knows that, okay, now I know Master can likely have someone assist in this area of expertise as well. So I just like sent out emails to attorney that I know real well. I'll put you that way.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and you can put information, you can reach out to people on LinkedIn, you can reach out to, other people as well. You can put together some type of a direct mail, an email campaign just to touch base with people every couple of months and just say, hey, just wanted you to know, and give them something of value. I mean, anytime you send an email, you want it to have something of value, but there's lots of things going on in the world. You can certainly put into an email to say, hey, did you know? And send them out some information.
Okay. Good. All right.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
Any other questions? Matt, you got something going on, right?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Master.
So you did mention about, like, if it's a strip mall, then it's a business. So what happens if, sometimes in commercial, they don't own the property, but they own the business. So what happens if they happen to own both? How would that transaction be facilitated if they wanted to sell their business and then they also own the property?
Yeah, so usually if they are thinking about selling the property, they're going to contact a commercial agent, or they may have already been contacted by a commercial agent. And then when they say, hey, Ann, I want to sell the business, if the commercial agent is not educated in business sales, like I said, it is a very different kind of sale. And so oftentimes what they'll do is a commercial agent will reach out to a business broker and say, hey, I'm going to sell this property. I need a broker to sell the business. Do you want to co-list it? Or do you want to, you list the business, I'll list the property, and we'll get both of them sold. So it depends on the situation, because sometimes, like if you have a manufacturing company and the manufacturer owns the property, and the owner wants to sell the manufacturing company, he's just going to call a business broker and we're going to deal with that. If he calls me, I'm going to sell the manufacturing company and I'm going to bring in a commercial expert to help with the transaction on the property side. So it's that's why EXP is so great. It's such a great platform to be working on, because we have the ability, and there's so much expertise here. We can reach out and we can collaborate with other agents so that we can all focus on our strengths, right? And bring others in to help to get the transactions done properly for our clients. No matter, so doesn't matter what kind of business it is. If there's commercial property involved, I'm usually going to have somebody else working with me, or if a commercial agent, you know, if they've never sold a business before, they're probably not even allowed to sell the business because they don't have a business broker addendum to their independent contractor agreement. And so they really need to get a business broker in the mix. And I can tell you that sometimes, you know, the property is going to sell if the business is not dependent on the property. Like there's a transaction I was dealing with. It was it was a musical instrument store, and the owners also own the building. Now the building was worth about $1.7 million, and the musical instrument store, the business, was worth, I mean, literally was only worth about 50 grand plus the inventory, and they had about 200 grand of inventory, right? So I just was very candid with the owners and said, look, there's a good likelihood that we're going to try and package this together and sell it together for you, which was their first choice. They wanted to sell the business and the building together. I said, but the truth of the matter is that the business does not cash flow well enough to cover a mortgage on this building for the person who buys it. So ultimately, probably what's going to happen is somebody else is going to want to buy the building for a different use. And at that point, you're going to have to make a decision. Either you're going to liquidate the inventory and close the business, or you're going to have to find somebody who wants to buy just the business but has to relocate it. And I said that, you know, the business just doesn't cash flow well enough even to cover a loan on the inventory. I mean, it just wasn't cash flowing well. So, you know, you have to be very candid with people. And ultimately, that's exactly what happened. The building sold. And we just closed on that last month. And they liquidated the inventory. We had a 29-day holdover. So they're supposed to be out by the 29th of July. So they've got 2 more days to finish their liquidation sale and get everything cleaned up and get out of the building. But you know, those things happen. So you just have to, I guess, through experience, part of it's experience, but part of it's just logic too. When you start understanding, you know, looking at cash flow and what can the business afford, and, you know, sometimes it's not going to make sense for a business to stay in that building with a new owner. It's just not going to be possible.
Okay, I just wanted your feedback. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure.
I have a question also.
Yeah.